Okay, men and boys, today we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 19. And this lesson is going to be all about how to earn respect. Now, here's my verse that really jumped out at me. Again, in your men's group or with your father or son, you can read through this together and decide which is your favorite verse. But I love verse 11. It says, sensible people control their temper, they earn respect by overlooking wrongs. So here's a good question. When's the last time you lost your temper and how did you feel afterward? It seems like in our culture, it's almost cool or manly or masculine to lose your temper. But the truth is, it never makes you feel good afterward. You recognize that it's not very Christ like. It doesn't make you feel great once you've lost your temper. A lot of times you end up humiliating somebody, and really all the time, you end up humiliating yourself. So, really, why is it so hard to overlook wrongs? And what does it take to do it? I mean, when somebody wrongs you and then you lose your temper, when somebody makes fun of you or when somebody says something that makes you angry, or even when somebody sins against you, why is it so hard to overlook it? Well, a lot of times it's because we're not very secure in ourselves. We don't have a good sense of self worth. Someone who's totally secure isn't going to overreact to somebody when they wrong them. Jesus is such a good example of this. He knew who he was. So even though people said some really dumb stuff to him, he was always able to overlook the wrongs because he knew that it didn't affect who he was. He was really secure in his own identity, and so he could take an offense. So it really takes a sense of security and self worth for a man or a woman to overlook a wrong. And so here's one more question. Who are the men that you respect the most and what qualities do they have? Probably, when you think about it, those people are totally secure in themselves. They can take a joke. They can take it when somebody, offends them. They can diffuse a situation rather than, making it worse. They don't make life, they don't make relationships, every interaction with other people, they don't make it about themselves. This, I think, is what Proverbs 19:11 is saying. Sensible people control their temper, and what happens then is they earn respect because they know how to overlook wrongs. So, talk about some of these questions with your father, with your son, with your men's group, and then read through this whole chapter together and pick out your favorite verse.